In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to register for an event on the BOMA Greater Dallas website and in the membership info hub that you would log in for, how to sign up for a sponsorship, and also how to go back in after the fact to an event that you've already registered at some time previously and change the names of your players or add team or table attendees that will be joining you for that event. So we'll start here on the BOMA Greater Dallas website, the homepage of the website, and you'll see these four gold boxes across the front of the page. The very first one, View Events, register for an event, program, or education, will get you to the main list of all of the events. But you can also do that from any page on the BOMA Greater Dallas website that has this menu on it. The very first tab is Events, Upcoming BOMA events. So whether you click here or down here on the gold button, it will take you to the same place. And that is the website, the web page of all of the upcoming BOMA events. In the upper left-hand corner is the date that is closest to you, meaning the most current. And as you scroll down in the bottom right-hand corner would be the date that's farthest away. All of these events are currently built out and available to at least look up some information, but most of them, in fact, for us at this point, all of them you could register for and sign up for a sponsorship. We're going to use a particular event as a sample, and that is the 2024 Dart Tournament on February 1st. So we're going to click on that to take us to the information page for this event, which is called the event page. On the left-hand side, you'll see a description with all of the information that was put together or written by either the committee or the BOMA Greater Dallas staff, or both of them. At the very bottom are all of the sponsors that have currently registered and paid. So if you were to sponsor an event, part of your benefit would be to get your logo included on the website under the event, just like that. On the upper right-hand corner, there's a registration button. It's always in the same place to take you to the registration page. But here's all of the pricing that you could attend and the various levels that you could attend. If there's sponsorship available, the pricing for that sponsorship, the information on where the event will be held, as well as a Google map that you could click on. And on the bottom right-hand corner is pretty cool. For every single event, you can go see how many guests are currently registered. So whether you're just considering whether you want to be an attendee or you're on a committee or council or the board, you can see how well the signups have been doing for that event. So we clicked on that registration button. Again, it shows you the description information that we could expand, but we read that on the first page. Here's the sponsor opportunities. We'll come back to that in a moment because we're interested in registering for a team. Now, as soon as I say I want a darts members foursome for $480, I'm going to increase this to 1 because I would like to get one team. You'll notice that right down here, a new white pop-up will come up when I do that. Let's do it. And there's the attendees box. We do not have to enter in all of the names right now of our players, or if it was a table for a corporate table at one of the luncheon or dinner functions or breakfast functions. We really only have to enter in the first name, that is your information. And it's even better than that. We don't even have to type in all of the information you see there. Because we're a member and our information is saved, we can just start entering in some information on our name. We don't even have to put in our whole name. In fact, I'll leave one of the letters off and click search. In this case, I'm going to use Mr. Daniel McLaughlin of Facilities Solutions Group, who is on our board of directors. He is the board liaison to the Allied Council. And Dan is the one that came up with the idea to put together this video. So we'll use him as a sample today. As we click search, there's everybody with DANIE in their name. And of course, there is Mr. McLaughlin. So we click on him and it populates all that information. Now, if we know our attendees now, we could do the same for them. And if they're a member, their information will also come up, or we could just simply type in the first name, last name, and email address. Of course, we always want the company, especially if you have someone from another company playing on your team or coming to your event at your table, maybe a commercial real estate and you're an allied member, so we can reflect who they are. But you'll notice we don't need to do that now. We can leave attendee 2, 3, and 4 blank as long as we filled in the information for attendee 1. As we scroll to the bottom, we would say we want this to go on Dan McLaughlin's card for $480. And of course, I do not have his card information, but he would enter that in here and click Pay Now, and you'll get a confirmation screen. I'll show you that confirmation screen a little bit later in the video. Right now, I'm refreshing the screen to take us back to a clean registration page because I want to show you how you would do sponsors. And it's pretty much the same thing. So again, here's our page as if we had just clicked over from the Darts events page. And let's say that Dan instead would like to get a 2024 dartboard sponsor. He wants to get his logo on the bottom of all of these pages related to the dart tournament. He would say under the sponsorship opportunities, he would like 1 sponsorship. And you'll notice right here, a new box will pop up just like we saw before, and there it is, and it wants the information for the sponsor. Now, the only thing that's different here is that he does not enter his name. In fact, you'll see it doesn't find it because it's looking for the company first. So in this case, we would have to enter his company name, and again, you don't have to enter the whole thing. And of course, there it right is on the list, and it enters everything in. But whoa, what happened there? It didn't enter in Daniel's information, but instead one of his coworkers who's also in the system. Well, maybe that's okay for Dan, and he says, that's good, we'll just put it under Jimmy's card. But probably like you need to keep your money separate from Jimmy. So you would need to change that if, for example, it memorized or it brought up a different person other than you. So you could just change it like we just did there. And as we scroll down, now it says bill to, and it gives us the option of Daniel McLaughlin. There's $300. Again, enter in his card number and information, pay now. We'd get a confirmation screen, and that would be all done. Now, I didn't cover registering a team or a spectator, a person for the event and a sponsorship at the same time, but you certainly could do that so you don't have to enter in your digits on the credit card as many times, and it would go all on the same bill and invoice. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is on every single page of the BOMA Greater Dallas webpage, at the very top is the opportunity to log in or email the staff. Here's our phone number. And if we click on the logo, it'll take us back to that home page. And you'll see it really doesn't matter which page we go to. So if we went to the Get Social to learn about, well, what are the different platforms of social media that BOMA Greater Dallas uses, there's the login at the top. If we said, well, what are the committees that I could get involved in? And we went under Get Involved, there's the login at the top. Or if I said, well, what are the different member types? And I went to that page, again, there's the login at the top. So if we click on that login button, we could actually get into the Info Hub. And the Info Hub is your member portal. So in this case, we're going to log in as Dan McLaughlin. And of course, I don't know Dan's password, but as staff, we are able to simulate his membership. So I pretended I logged in as him just now, and you'll see in the upper left-hand corner, there is who I'm logged in as. Of course, being a great BOMA member, he has a $0 current balance. And this video right on the homepage, it is about a 5.5-minute video that'll show you more about this Info Hub and how to get around. We're just going to look at the events page, specifically how to add team members. So if we click on the events button, and let's pretend I hadn't typed in a search, I certainly could scroll down, and you'll notice only those events at which Dan has registered has the registered tag beside it. So that's certainly one way I could look through and scroll through all the different meetings and events and try and find him there. But there's also a very involved and futuristic type of search feature at the top. And just by typing the word DART, it narrows it down to one option. So there's that familiar screen that it's a little bit different, but it looks the same as on the website. Sponsors is over here to the left now, but there's some of the information that we saw previously. And up at the top is the update registration blue button. Now, Dan's already registered, but watch what happens when I do this. So it's going to take us back to the familiar page. Now, remember, this may be days or even months after I registered and paid, but now we're getting close to the event, maybe 2 weeks out or a month out, or even a couple of days out. We prefer you to do it sooner than that. And we know the names of who our players are on our team. Or again, if it's a table, team and table works the same way. We know who's coming to our table. So Dan is already here. So let's say Dan says, well, you know, he's still going to play, but he would like to invite now Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed. And well, we were originally going to have Mr. T, but I don't know, probably Snoopy Dog is going to be the best guy for our team coming forward. Now, you will notice that it does require us to put in an email address. See the red bar there? And as we correct the email address, so we need a first name, a last name, and an email address. Although company is not required, we do encourage you to put the company name, whether it's your company who paid for the team or someone that you've invited to join your team or table. And when we click this submit button at the end, first of all, this is whether or not we want to have the person that we're registering see all of the people that have signed up on their team. So if I left that on, Dan would be sending me an email going, why did you sign up Rocky Balboa on my team? So I'm going to not let him know I'm doing a demonstration, but I do want to show you. So I click the submit button and you see after it thinks for a moment, it's going to give us a congratulations screen and it will show you exactly who our players are. So this is the same kind of screen we would have gotten when we first signed up early in the video, except it would have just had Daniel McLaughlin with the price and these others would have been blank. But now that we filled them in through our membership portal, it's all here. So that's the end of this video. Certainly, if you have any questions we did not cover, feel free at any time to contact staff at info@bomadallas.org, or you're always welcome to call us at 214-744-9020.